lot of data released since we talked yesterday afternoon, and a lot of that directed towards the ag. So let's get a brief recap first what happened on the outside markets. Equities traded on both sides of unchanged today, but here this afternoon definitely starting to trend lower. That's as we get out some mixed financial data as well. Congress now starting some of the first testimonies and hearings on how we move forward with the country reopening amid the pandemic. In the currency side, we saw the U.S. dollar index back below the 100 mark. That was positive for the energies as crude oil and other energy parts started to move higher. Now all eyes were in the grain sector today. That's as we see the World Outlook supply and demand estimates emerge, or the WASDE report. And there the World Outlook board definitely showing a rising ending stock for U.S. and current grain stocks, but also looking out to the next marketing year, very large stocks starting to grow, especially with the possibility of the U.S. having a 16 billion bushel corn crop at the end of this year. Now, the good news is that USDA and the World Outlook Board were somewhat friendly on the demand side. They remained ethanol unchanged in terms of its overall corn grind demand. The thing that really shows, though, is the summer grilling and the summer driving season really needs to occur for that follow-through and demand to actually occur and become reality. Other important information we got out since yesterday afternoon was the latest crop progress report that showed planting and emergence still well ahead of the 5-year average, which in comparison to the last 2 years is pretty good. Unfortunately, we've still seen this cold shock come across much of the northern corn belt, which could cause some replanting issues given how much of the corn and soybeans were already emerged and above ground. We see December new crop corn futures settled 335 3/4. November new crop soybeans settled at 857 even, while July Chicago wheat futures settled 514 1/2, and July Kansas City wheat futures settled at 469 1/4. In the livestock trade following the WASDE report, we saw a surge in prices. That's as August and June live cattle futures hit limit higher on expanded limits today. The WASDE report showed not a drop in production for beef or pork, showing that basically we can maybe smooth out the current slowdown in the supply chain that we currently see. Again, grilling season is going to be an important part for that to follow through. Some light cash action happening out in the country to start off the week, so that's also helping to support futures. June live cattle will settle at $97.17. August feeder cattle settle $1.3575, and June lean hogs will settle $61.32. That is a recap here of this Tuesday, May the 12th closing markets. I'm Clay Patton. Have a great afternoon. We'll talk tomorrow afternoon.